So, Natural Doctors International, or NDI, is run by naturopathic physicians, and people can support NDI in various ways. You can come down and volunteer with us. You can come down on a brigade, and it's a 10-day brigade, and you bring down donations, and we can help you find donations if you want to do that. If you just want to make a donation, a financial donation, you can go to the website, and it's ndimed.org, ndimed.org. And you can click on the Donate Now button, and then it's an easy financial donation. You can become a recurring donor if that's what you want to do. There's lots of different ways to do it. You can help out. But basically, we do two things. We treat the local people here on the island as best we can with naturopathic medicine. Or, if acupuncturists come down, then we do acupuncture. If herbalists come down, and then naturopaths do a lot with botanical medicine, but herbalists have their own special brand of herbal medicine that they do. And I will say, herbs work. They don't work like drugs work. They're better than drugs. They're not as powerful. They're not as fast acting, I should say. But herbs work. So find an ND and go see them if you've got stuff where you're taking constant medication. The other thing that we do is we educate people about global health. And it's not, we don't talk just about Nicaragua, although this is our primary focus because this is where we are. But we talk about global health as it stands all over the world, even in the United States and Canada, because there are a lot of sick people in North America as a result of the way they live. And it doesn't have anything to do with money or access to medical care. It has a lot to do with the way they live, lifestyle, and their choices in how they live, whether they're in... So a naturopathic physician tries to get to the root cause of the illness. And as I mentioned earlier, that vis, that vital life force that we all have, it's in everybody. It's in all living things. And it's through poor diet and lifestyle that these obstacles to optimal health get put in your path. So the job of the naturopath is to remove those obstacles to cure. If the reason you're having peptic ulcers is because you're in a really terrible job that's very stressful and it's driving you crazy, making you literally sick, that's where we start. And then it becomes a counseling session. How can you get out of that job? Or how can you change your current job to something that's not so stressful so that you can get rid of this ulcer, so that you can absorb the nutrients from your food and not be constipated or have diarrhea or break out in rashes or all these other things that are tied into those things. Removing the obstacles to cure is what the job of a naturopath is. We're like detectives. We have to seek out what's causing the illness in the first place. So that's what we do in terms of seeing patients. We try to remove those cures, and if we can't remove it, we palliate. We try to reduce the effect of that illness. If they can't eat a proper diet because they don't have the money, then we palliate and we give them vitamins, minerals, supplements, things like that, that will try to reduce the effects of their malnourishment. Teaching, or docere, which is one of the principles of naturopathic medicine, is the other big component. And so I'm constantly teaching my patients. One of the things that I love most of what I do is, while the other doctors are seeing patients one-on-one, everybody comes to the clinic in the morning, and they're here by 7 in the morning. We don't open until 8:30. I have a captive audience, excuse me, of 20, 25 people, and I just start to talk about whatever it is I want to talk about. And I take a chair and I sit right out in the middle of them and I say, today we're going to talk about dehydration, because all of these people are chronically dehydrated. That was one of the biggest things I learned. This is interesting. The people here believe that water makes you fat.
Hmm.
And it took me 3 weeks to get to the bottom of that one because I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what is the mechanism of action that would make somebody believe that water would make you fat? And here it is. Because they're chronically dehydrated, when they ultimately do drink water, they get the sensation of being bloated. And they equate being bloated with being fat. So they don't drink water. And instead, they drink um, frescos or fruit juice. And they'll take a perfectly delicious pineapple fruit juice or watermelon fruit juice and then add sugar to it,
Hmm.
which is why we're seeing a lot more diabetes and obesity. So NDI does those two things. We treat the patients and we educate everybody. We educate the patients that come through and we educate the volunteers and interns and brigaders when they come down to spend time with us.